Hello, my name is Shudley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Korea. In previous episodes we managed to increase our construction speed quite a bit and our economy has definitely been on the up and up. Let's unpause, shall we? But yeah, we are currently, well, we do have a little bit debt to pay. It's not much though, so it's not really a huge issue. The private sector is building a whole lot of factories as well as a couple power plants actually. Both of those in the southeastern state. I don't suppose, oh no, we do have power there already. It's getting another 2 levels. Do we have the logging camps using... We could use the electric sawmills. That might increase the power consumption a decent bit, but also allows us to have even more stuff available. No bread, no freedom. I don't really want more radicals. We've already got 2.5 million radicals. Admittedly, you know, that's still less than 10% of the population, but the loyalist numbers are quite tiny. Partially because the high liberty desire does mean much more radicals. And much more... Well, yeah, radicals on discrimination and standard of living decreases. Oh, we actually could declare another interest, could we? I'm gonna go ahead and... Well, actually, we've got one already in there. The one in over there in Europe. We could potentially try... one in Italy. The idea is that I'm gonna start improving relations with Italy, so that they would not be supporting the... or most likely supporting Jing. I mean, they probably will still. Because they're allied. Oh, well, that doesn't really make much of a difference then. But there's still Spain, Russia, and Italy that might be joining either side. Since we do not have support from USA, we won't really have a lot of support. So what we might have to do is just start increasing our army size quite a bit. And what we're going to do for that is we're just going to recruit another general. We'll get another, I think, industrialists. Keep those in defend front mode for the time being. We'll try to get to at least 120 regulars. We're not going to build the barracks quite yet. Let's just start getting a bit of gold reserves in the meanwhile. We're also trying to pass the Laissez-Faire law over here, but that's, well, it's currently on stage 2. So if we get lucky, we might pass it. There is a bit of opposition for it, but it's not massive. It's about a similar size as the success chance, and the advance is pretty high in there. So we are fairly likely to at least get some progress on that. Opposition members put forth demands. How good? Oh, okay. Industrialists are still pretty happy, so we could get the 50% from there. Sure. We'll do that. So now we've got 34%. That should already be pretty decent. And we're about to get some more steel mills built. We've actually got 3 underway currently. Also, we're going to get a lot more tooling workshops. We're going to get some power plants and so many other things. So I suspect that our... Oh, right. Italy interest activated. Good. Let's have a look at the diplomatic actions. So, request to support independence. No one would support us there. We could probably improve relations with... We could potentially improve relations with Italy. Or Spain. Actually, yeah, Spain is something that we'll try. Because Spain is one of those that is not really supporting either side yet in the potential civil war. Well, admittedly, they don't really like either side all that much. So it might take a while. But if we can get the relations with them much better, we should be in a pretty good situation. Yeah, we got plenty of interest. We could also increase the navy size a little bit just to get a bit of well, potentially another interest somewhere to place down, among other things. So let's actually go ahead and build that right now. It takes a while for them to recruit everything, so we'll just get another... Because we've got 5 on each one of these, we'll get another 4 over here. And then we'll get the 1 man of war over here. It's going to cost us quite a bit, but it will be done soon enough, and then we can start hiring people already. Wait, Congress State in Nile? Congress State diplomatic play against Egypt by USA. Okay, are they going for Sinai, perhaps? To build Suez Canal. Upper Egypt, Middle Egypt, and Lower Egypt and Sinai. Okay, so they're taking a whole lot of stuff in here. Alright then. Well, that keeps them busy, I suppose. Now, in the meanwhile, we're already at 44.7 million GDP. I think we might be, if this speed keeps going up, or we keep going up with this speed, we might be hitting 50 million today. Now, I don't know, we're currently number 9 in the GDP. If we compare it to the Jings, they still got almost 110, so the difference is still relatively high. But I think we are catching up to them now. Plus, if we can pass the Laissez-Faire capitalism, that means that we can also get another company. And we've already got 2 of them. Getting another 3rd one would actually be probably pretty good. I reckon there's at least... well, the forestry company would be pretty good. That would increase the infrastructure. Another one would be the paper consortium, or the premium munitions. Ooh, military goods cost would be quite useful. Or steel mill building throughput, that would also be quite useful, and that also has a pretty good productivity. Then there's the... Oh, 10% loyalists from standard living increases. That could also be useful. Then there's the motor corporation, which I don't know if we have... we probably do have, actually, enough to make that one. And then there's the steel ink, that would... Oh, construction efficiency. Now, that is actually tempting. Oh, we might go for that one, actually. Now that I think of it. But yeah, we've got some options. Of course, we don't have the ability to do that one quite yet. We're currently working on reinforced concrete, so we'll be building even more. Or the building throughput, or the construction sector throughput is going to be even higher. And now the private sector, since we got the navy already underway, we did accumulate a little bit of debt there, but we'll be paying that off over time. And then there's several power plants being built. More tooling workshops and lead mine explosive factory even. Ooh. Well, there we go. That'll be quite nice. Who could I actually, if I wanted to... Oh, wait, are we still improving relations? We're no longer improving relations with Russia. Ah. Right. Is that something that I could maybe... I'm pretty sure that they would not accept... Oh, well, actually, it's not that far. Request to support independence. Like, they're antagonistic towards Great Jing. They're genial towards us. Are we... Oh, actually, what is our relations with them then? Attitude score is really good. We've got 50 relations. Okay. I can't form defensive pacts or anything like that with them. I could take on their dev. I don't think I really want to. So yeah, they would not accept that. Minus 24, so it's not really that bad either. Well, I suppose we could go ahead and improve relations with someone else in the meanwhile. And let's just double check. No, there's no one else that would be supporting us. Austria? Let's try improving relations with them. I don't know if they'll be able to help us, but if we can keep the relations good with... Well, actually, we already got pretty much maxed out relations with them. Never mind. In that case, I'm just going to go ahead and stop improving that already then. Let's have a look at someone else that we might be able to... Wait, Canada is a thing. Oh, so they are. No, improve relations with them, and then there was... not going to improve relations with Jing. Burma is having a civil war. Is the... Oh, that's East Indies Liberal Revolt. Okay. There's British East Indies. Oh, right, because they are... They got switched around to the British market, weren't they? I believe so, yes. They're part of the British... They are still primary cultural Dutch. So that makes sense. But yeah, so we are going to get a lot of buildings done. Yeongnam is going to get a lot of power production, which is going to be very good for the... Well, I suppose we've got a bit of a shortage of electricity right now. So that will no doubt help with some of the productions, especially the logging camps. Getting the extra power will help in the productions here. And of course, just, you know, in general, having the electricity, there will be some consumption in here. I mean, actually, let's have a look. So consumption of 104, of which urban centers take a lot, actually. Logging camps also take another 37. So, yeah, I suppose with just one power plant over here, we can provide about 50. Which is, of course, not enough. But with the two that we're currently building, that will be a bit of over... Oh, there we go, low progress of voting. So we just need one more success, and we can get the Laissez-Faire completed. That reduces the amount of... Well, actually, I believe that's going to force us to sell potentially a few more things like the railways. But what it does do then is, even when we start doing things with the government construction, it will be taking a lot of smaller portion of the available construction, so private sector can keep on increasing at the same time. And now at 45.3 million in GDP. The literary has been increasing still slowly. It's not particularly quick though, but it is increasing. Population is also increasing quite a bit, and if we have a look at the population, the peasants still make 11.3 million of the population, which is about 41%. But I'm sure that there's labourers are definitely taking over the... Well, yeah, we got 8 2/3 of a million already labourers, so they do make the second largest portion of the population. Then we've got a little bit of debt to pay, which we're not paying all that quickly. One of the things that we might want to do is get some more bureaucracy centres, for example, in the northeastern state. Get another one over there, just to increase the taxation capacity a little bit. There's still about 150,000 peasants in here, which right now, it's okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. If we have a look at the market, the steel price has gone down a decent bit with the steel mills that we just got. The motor, or the engine price is still relatively high. Munitions price is still okay. Opium is, of course, massively expensive. And then other things like... Actually, how expensive are tools right now? There's a little bit overabundance of them, but it's not too bad. Oh, and we need to get some more railway down here. We could always build a port, I suppose. Get a bit of infrastructure, and also get a bit of convoys that we can then use for trading. Because all the trade routes, most of them are actually... Okay, we don't really need that one anymore. But these are still relatively good. And we're getting... Oh, even... Oh, we got a land route for the paper, do we? I guess we do. Not purchasing too much right now. We are taking quite a bit of debt currently while we're building stuff. But it should be done fairly quickly. I mean, these are building almost at 30 points. Well, technically speaking, it is progress of 30 points per week. So it should be done within a reasonable time manner. And it's just less than 3 months away getting the reinforced concrete now. How's the relations with Russia, by the way? They have gotten their... Oh, yeah, they're no longer in war. Oh, and now they don't want to... Yeah, the cooperative with Great Qing, well, that doesn't really bode well for us. So, yeah, we might not get the independence. We'll still try, at least work towards it, but it's going to take a while. Wait, do we still have the... Oh, we need to declare another interest. We took the Italy one away, I guess. Also don't really have anything to... Well, no, we've got Manchuria, so Russia is included in there. I wonder, actually, if we were to get the interest in North India... Now that we're getting more ships and all that, I wonder if we could get Bengal to support us. No, not really. At least not yet. But in theory, if we could, that would be very helpful. Because that might be enough to then sort of tip the scales a bit more in our favour. Oh, there we go, 46.4 million already in GDP. And we did get one of the power plants already built in here, so that power, well, the energy price is... Oh, actually, both of them were built already. So the energy price is definitely reduced. Is there anything else that we could maybe use the power for? Not necessarily right now. I suppose it probably will be used by pops a decent bit as well. Well, 6 of that is pop use, so it's something. It's definitely something. Hey, law advance. Okay, so it didn't quite pass yet, but it's now 50% chance. That's pretty decent. I suppose Britain might be another... Oh, there we go. Reinforced concrete. So the construction throughput is going to be even higher, I believe. Let's see. So that's the... What, currently we've got 135. How much is it going to be next week? 153. Yeah, no, that's an increase. Ooh, an improved fertilizer spreading. Okay, well, let's go ahead and queue that one up into the mix there. So electric telegraph is going to be the next one. That's going to allow us to... Or reduce the war exhaustion casualties. Not that we've had any fighting going on. We've still got over... Well, over 600,000 credit to pay back. So it's costing us a little bit on a weekly basis. It's not too bad yet. But of course, the private sector, especially Laissez-Faire taking... Or coming into effect hopefully soon... That's going to allow us to probably sell... Well, actually, there probably are still some things that we could privatize. You know what? There's the railways. I'm going to privatize them. That's going to give us a lot of money back, and it's potentially also going to improve the throughput of those a decent bit. Well, at least a little bit. Maybe not that massive. We currently have about 5.5 million in the investment pool. It's currently going down a little bit, but it's not too bad yet. We've got plenty of room in there to work with, and let's see, almost at 47 million already. We are still number 9 in the GDP, which the difference between us and Spain is fairly significant. We're kind of catching up to Russia now. Great Qing has started getting a little bit of their GDP up as well, which is kind of to be expected. They're starting to get some of the techs that really make it easier. If we do have a look at the... Oh, Liberty side is actually going down. The economic dependence has gone down a little bit. We're not buying quite as much from Qing, and they're buying more and more stuff from us. There is still the GDP that has quite an impact, and they still owe a bit of our GDP. Of course, they are constantly building more as well. Well, there's still 2 more things being built currently. And there probably will be a lot more than that. We're getting another lead mine, another steel mill, another coal mine actually as well. Tooling workshop, more textile mills, a plantation, a paper mill. And there's the explosive, of course, and power plant. Oh, the power plant is going to be in our capital. That's actually good. We do need some more power in here. That's going to get us to well over 100, or a bit over 150 total production. That'll be good. And now we're 47 million GDP. So it's been a fairly significant growth in here, and I suppose now with the extra construction speed as well, it's going to be even bigger. Which, you know, that's fine by me. Now, if we can all get the Laissez-Faire, that's going to force some privatization. We'll get more investment pool transfers from shopkeepers and capitalists. Loan interest rates will be reduced drastically, and we'll get another company, which we might put in just for the construction efficiency, really, with the steel mill thing. So we'll produce even more steel, we'll construct faster, and all that good stuff. So I think that's going to be actually really useful for us. Now we just need to pass the law, really. That's about it. The standard of living hasn't really been increasing too much. Been kind of staying stable, which I suppose is better than nothing. At least it hasn't been going down drastically. Because the rule folks... Oh, rule folks don't really like us right now with the laws that we're trying to pass. We'll try to keep the children off the factory floor. And exile at the gates. Who is this? Who joined the movement to prefer intervention is invited. No. While otherwise useful, the fact that they would be opposing the Laissez-Faire, I think that goes pretty much against the capitalists, and they would be, or the industrialists, and they would have, or not inviting them, it made them a bit angrier, but oh well. Oh, there we go. Oh, we've managed to get some gold reserves already, so we don't have any more debt. We've sold all the railways, I reckon. Okay, now we've got 65% chance of passing the law. Now, hopefully it'll pass quickly. Oh, actually, we are still leading producer of Manor Wars. We're the only producer of it, mind you. I don't think we've gotten the, Oh, right, we only got one military shipyard, don't we? And it's not in a massive use. I mean, it's a little bit. In the market, there is one military... No, there's two. There's one for us, which is only level 1, actually, but it still produces a lot. And then the Chinese produce some of their own. So even more power plants, this time in the northeastern states. Do we have... I don't think we have any power plants here yet. No. That'll be very much needed. We'll find some users for it, to be fair. Now, it's these two states have power on a reasonable price. There's no power over here in Yangzhou. Or Yangzhou. No, actually over here they do have power now. So let's go ahead and put the urban centers to switch on the electric street lights instead. That's going to require a lot of power. So I suspect that that will still be helpful in the long run. We do not have a lot of influence, so maybe we need to figure out someone to rival. The question is, of course, who? I don't actually want to rival Japan, because they might well be a very valuable ally for us. But I reckon someone like Bhutan we probably don't need to worry about. We'll get a little bit more influence there, and if we try... No, no one's willing to support us quite yet. Let's try improving relations with... actually, who do we want to improve relations with? I don't know if Portugal would be willing to support us. Let's improve relations with them. Trying to work on getting some allies, at least. Oh, and right, we improved relations with Bengal already, are we not? No, we're not. Did we lose the interest again? No, I think it's still there. We got some truces. I suppose we may not have had the points to actually start improving relations with them yet. Oh, Burma. You wouldn't be willing to support my independence, would you? Oh, I could support their independence, but I can't, Right. Cannot ask them to support me. Well, never mind then. A few more factories will be built soon enough. The GDP has dropped a tiny bit, mind you. I suppose it's not the end of the world. There is still a whole lot of radicals, though, and that number still keeps going up. Legitimacy is still in a fairly decent spot. Could be better, but could also be a lot worse. Now, the rule folk is starting to slowly come to terms with the law, so the tech spread will be increasing soon enough again. It's not going to be increasing much, mind you, but it will increase a tiny bit at least. Russia's got the civil war sorted out. Spain's already I think they are a republic now. Association of syndicates. Oh, alright then. Not what I expected. What about France? They still got their constitutional monarchy. Portugal's got constitutional monarchy, among many other things. Is Russia? Yeah, they're also constitutional monarchy. Well, alright then. Investment pool is still going down. It's already below 4.5 million, but at the same time, we're getting some gold reserves. Actually, at this point, we might want to start increasing the army size a tiny bit again. What do we have already on this army? We've got 20 infantry, 10 artillery. So what we might want to go for is like 30, 20, and 10. For example, or maybe we don't actually need the cavalry at all. We'll go ahead and recruit some more infantry regardless. Oh wow, and that's 81%. If it doesn't pass soon, then I'm rather surprised and very upset. Okay, yeah, this the pavement will be completed soon enough, then we'll start working on the power plant again. Although I suppose the barracks won't take too long. Some of them are already nearly completed. So GDP did slow down a little bit here, but I suspect that it will start picking up some more steam very shortly. We're almost at 42% literary rate, so that's definitely not going to hit 100 or 90% even on this playthrough. One day we'll get that achievement as well, but I'm not really too concerned about it. Ooh, France stopped damaging our relations. Well, about time. How about our relations, though? 4. Right, we'd have to have 300 points to start improving. Maybe we'll go ahead and stop improving relations with America, because it can't really go any higher than that. Stop making amends with the French. And then maybe, just maybe, we can get someone to support us. Because right now we are still very much alone in terms of getting independence. And it's a bit of a shame that, well, it's partially my mistake of letting the relations with Russia go down a little bit, but we're busy with other things, trying to get some more people to help us. Plus, we were so far away from getting the independence, or the liberated side anyway. Speaking of which, we could request market control. They still would accept that. I'll do it anyway. So that will keep us maxed out in there. Okay, so Russia doesn't really want to join either side yet. Italy and Burma are... Is Burma? Oh, they're both allied to Jing, okay. So those will be probably supporting. Now, admittedly, they're not massive... Oh. Right, Siam's got a bit of a civil war. So my army is still fairly small. Admittedly, Jing's army is fairly small as well. It's a lot larger, admittedly, but it's not, like, massively larger. But it's large enough that it would cause issues. Oh, well, there we go. Now the construction... Oh, we're building so many coal mines at this point. There's also a bit more plantations, sulfur mines being built by Jing. Or the Chinese markets, but that's alright. Electrical telegraph will be done in a bit over a month. Trample underfoot. Demonstration organized by a movement for preserve interventionism in Yunnan has been violently dispersed by police, leading to several fatalities and serious injuries. Memories of the incident have become a rallying cry for the dissidents. You know what? We'll take a little bit of radicals, but not too many. Petite bourgeoisie will be slightly upset by that, but they're still relatively happy, all things considered, so I'm okay with that. How looking... Oh, right, there's a whole lot of tax waste. I'm going to go ahead and build one more government administration down here. It'll cost us a little bit. We've got some gold reserves, though, so I'm not too worried about that. We're about to get that research done, and we'll get the civilized mission, which allows us to have another declared interest. That's actually not bad. There's so many things over here that we still want to get. Including the mutual funds, actually, it would be probably a pretty good one. Among other things, of course. But come on, we've got 80% chance of passing the law. If it doesn't start passing soon, I'm very, very upset with the rules. I mean, sure enough, we've got a lot of good chances of passing the law. But that's about it. It looks like the GDP has kind of stalled right now at 47 million. I'm sure that it will keep going upwards. Oh, there we go. We finally have that one. So now we can get another company. Let's have a look. So I think we might go for the... so there's the steel mill building throughput, but we want to go with the steel mill itself for the state construction efficiency. It will take a little while before it is at that prosperity, like about 20 months or so. Alright, so it's the enlistment officers that is now spreading. Alright then. Get that underway. We're going to have more conscripts if need be. Which, to be fair, we got 60. We could probably get more if need be. But yeah, we'll start increasing the army size a tiny bit here and there. We'll try to get maybe a little bit more bureaucracy. That also increases the state's construction efficiency a tiny bit. It's not like a massive amount, mind you. Of course, we do still have... Actually, how long do we have that modifier? 9 more months. Minus 5% corruption. Oh, bureaucracy is already not corrupt. Yeah, so we are reduced a little bit in there. Oh, right, we're going to see the company in here. And still incorporate... Okay, so it doesn't actually seem like it's got the prosperity needed. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. I think it's gonna start to... It was just, you know, the extra productivity and all that may have caused a bit of issues, but I suspect that it will start to gaining some more prosperity soon enough. There's still the government administration being built, and we're getting some more motor industries. That's actually going to be providing a bit more demand for steel, which is quite nice. And did we get the power in here? No. Actually, we did. We're getting another level there. But we did, of course, start using that for the lighting, which is causing a few issues of its own. Oh, wow, we've got a very cheap power over here. Are we... Oh, right, we're not using it for the urban centers here yet, are we? Let's get that underway then. We can start reducing the amount of coal that we need, which is very nice. And there we go, 47.5 million in GDP. How far are we from the Russians? Less than 10 million, actually. Jing, on the other hand, has got on up to 110 million. They were 112 million at one point, weren't they? So their GDP has started dropping a little bit. So we're trying to reduce the gap between us and them. We've still got about 24 years before the end of the playthrough. So if we can get above their GDP during that time, it's probably possible, but it's also not very easy, I reckon. Let's go ahead and get some more bureaucracy in the meanwhile. Where do we need the most right now? In our capital, I guess? Okay, that's level 10, I suppose. Once we get to the point where we can actually start using steel for construction, though, that's going to be brilliant. It would be the steel frame buildings, of course, over here, but that's currently not spreading. We're trying to just get as many techs as we can in its current, or in the current state. Oh, my attraction has expired. Now, the rural folks still need to get a lot better relations with us. But I suppose now that the private sector, or the government sector rather, the construction speed is going to be much, much reduced. The private sector can keep on building a lot of things constantly still. Now, there was a lot of money that we have got. Yeah, we got over 1 million in GDP, or not, in gold reserves rather. So we've got a decent cash reserves right now, so we could perhaps go ahead and start increasing the army size a bit further. We'll get another 5 artillery, I think. It will cost us a bit more to build, but it's actually not going to be taking that much of the construction for the private sector away. And now we're already at 48.4 million. There we go. So just a little bit more, we will be hitting 50. Probably actually not going to be hitting that today by the looks of it. But we are going to get fairly close. We're already over 400 prestige as well. So, of course, if we were able to... Actually, let's have a look at the ledger. If we went... Actually, no. We'll have a look at the prestige. Okay, so we would actually surpass Italy. Italy is number 9. So, technically speaking, we would be probably number 9 at that point then, yeah. Because Russia at the number 8 is still much higher prestige than we are. Jing's got over 1,000 prestige, but of course that's partially because their population is massive. The GDP is pretty sizable as well. And we've got a lot of work to do to catch up with them. But yeah, we've still got the about 10 million difference to the Russians. I don't suppose there's anyone wanting to support our independence yet. No. There's a few nations that we could support independence of, but I don't know if that's going to be a smart idea. At least necessarily. Oh, right. So the Dutch are a suffrage to France, and the Dutch, or formerly Dutch East Indies, now the British East Indies is under Britain. That's kind of interesting, actually. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting the military built up slowly. So this is actually going to be good. We've got the gold reserves to build up some stuff for a while, and we're not going to be building too quickly. So the size of the military will be increasing over time. It looks like the Navy is about as high as it gets currently. Liberty side is still going down very, very slowly. With prestige, yeah, they got 2.5 times the prestige that we do. The economic stuff, I mean, the GDP is still pretty big. It's 100, well, technically speaking, like 2.3 times what we have is what they have. They still own quite a bit of our GDP, but the buy order stuff is almost balanced out by now. Well, it's 0.2 points from there, but it's not that bad. It's actually probably a bit less than that. But yeah, as we get more and more military, our prestige will hopefully start increasing, and maybe, just maybe, if we look at the situation in here, so they are still not willing to accept the deal because the power difference is a lot in their favor. There's Russia that might be willing to maybe support us, but they currently are not. We've still got a good... Oh, we don't actually have that good relations with them. Okay, we need to stop one of the... Actually, how much do we need? We need 225 points, so we need to stop probably one of the... Maybe Canada again. Be stopped. That improvement of relations. And the Russia, we can... Oh, wait, no, we're 20 points short. Okay, Portugal. I'm going to sacrifice that. Let's not improve relations. But maybe if we can get the... Oh, because the revolution probably won the Civil War. Oh, but they still would not take that because they got a cooperative attitude to Jing. They didn't have that one, and we get proper relations with them. There is maybe a chance that we can get their support again. They do have 90 battalions, which actually we've got a larger army than they do now, which is a little bit surprising, I will say. But I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll get the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.